So yeah, this is what I do this recording. It's really good, you know. I've had a number of dreams like this, but I thought I would record this one. That's over the years, that is. Past 5 years. But this one I thought I would record. So, here's the dream. And then I'll read out the meanings of the symbols. And the overall, it's a very short summary of it all. But here we go. It speaks volumes about my healing and all sorts. I'm happy about it. Now I'm going to speak up because of the wind, so excuse me if I seem loud, because I can't tell I can't tell how I sound by doing this. You know, I thought I sounded clear, and you know, sometimes I don't. What I remember was that we were at this holiday vacation place, or maybe at someone's house, and members of my biological family were there. I've been no contact from my family for 5 years. Most of my extended family I was not close to. Some I saw yearly, but some I hadn't. Some I saw yearly, but some I hadn't seen in years. Before I went no contact, hadn't seen for years. Before I went no contact. Anyways, my immediate family was at the person's house. Or holiday place, I don't know. Then the scene changed and it was night time. And we were circling in a car. We were circling a big mansion. It looked like a parliament building. Then the scene changed and we were inside. And it was packed. This is where I saw some of the extended relatives who I hadn't seen for years. Years prior to me going no contact 5 years ago. There was also an Asian lady there. I asked an Asian lady who looked to be in her mid-40s where the food was. Others had food. I didn't. I now remember that just before the scene switched, because I wrote that before I wrote this bit. We were in that room. It was daytime, and the scene switched to where we were in that room. There was another scene where it was outside and people were eating. I went and got some food, but then my food disappeared without me eating it. Anyway, in this scene, she opened her mouth to talk, and she said it was in the kitchen nearest to the room we were in. Then she went. Sorry guys, the wind blew it down. And then she opened her mouth to talk, and she said it was in the kitchen nearest to the room we were in. But then she went to continue speaking, but as she was calmly talking, a suspicious warning type of music that I had heard many times in the past on TikTok came out of her mouth. No words. The scene changed and it was daytime again. I was back in the same surrounding as the previous scene, and I was angry, and an old friend that I haven't seen in a decade appeared and was looking at me aggressively and then disappeared. Then I heard a voice advising me to have a meltdown by doing a haka. And the words of one of the many hakas I used to perform was going on in my head. I kept pacing around and swearing. I didn't do a haka, but I kept pacing around and swearing, full of anger. But then a whole bunch of food appeared, and there was a much, much smaller group of people, about 10. And I was able to make myself a very good meal. You see how long this has gone? 4 minutes? I have 5 minutes left. Because TikTok is where I get the views. In comparison to what I get on YouTube. It's, you know. But, you know, it's all good. So, symbols and meanings, scenes. So, a holiday house / vacation place, or someone's house. A temporary transitional space, a place between the past and the future where emotional processing can happen safely. Seeing your biological family there, even though you've been in no contact for 5 years, might show your mind revisiting unfinished emotional threads. Not necessarily wanting reconnection, but maybe processing closure or release. Number 2, circling the mansion at night. The mansion, bracket, like a parliament building, bracket, could symbolize power, authority, or collective energy. Maybe the system of your family or even society's expectations. Circling it in a car at night suggests you're examining it from the outside, not yet entering, which could reflect how you observe your family or old structures of control from a safe distance. Number 3, inside with extended family and the missing food. Food in dreams is almost always symbolic of emotional nourishment, love, belonging, validation. Everyone else having food while yours disappeared could symbolize feeling emotionally deprived or unseen in that family environment. When you ask the Asian lady for help, her calm tone mixed with the warning type TikTok music suggests mixed signals of safety and danger. Part of you wanting connection, another part instinctively sensing this isn't safe or real. How much time have we spent? 6 minutes 41 seconds, so that adds up to about 7 minutes 10 seconds with the other one, Inside, number 4, anger, the old friend and the haka. Your anger in the dream seems healthy, even sacred. The haka represents strength, ancestral power, and emotional release. The voice suggesting you perform it could be your inner guidance or ancestral wisdom, urging you to transform suppressed pain into empowerment through expression. The old friend showing aggression and then vanishing may symbolize old parts of yourself or old relationships that were linked to conflict or misunderstanding, being confronted, acknowledged, and released. The smaller group and good food. This ending is beautiful. Number 5, a smaller group, around 10 people, and plenty of food. This could symbolize finding your real tribe, people who actually nourish you emotionally and spiritually. The smaller number suggests quality over quantity, authentic connection over superficial family ties. Being able to finally make yourself a good meal suggests self-sufficiency, healing, and restored power. Alright, 7 minutes 56 seconds, so that's about 8 minutes 25 seconds. Because I recorded the other thing and then put it down, the scanning the place. Your dream reflects a journey from old family wounds to emotional confrontation to empowerment to healing and fulfillment. So, yeah. Thought I'd just share this on here. Leave you guys thoughts. I really do appreciate when you guys have thoughts. I just use this as I wrap my phone up in a phone case, but I can, pull it out and yeah. Alright guys, I'm gonna go and do some proofreading. See you.